We knew in Paulding that we needed to develop a design that would not only give the principal the skills and knowledge he or she needed to drive improvement, but also to help them develop a cadre of assistant principals and teacher leaders to make that innovation come to life. The fact is that distributed leadership is necessary for the success of any school, but this is particularly important at high school.
In our partnership with GLSSI, I think over the last 2 years I've seen our school leaders truly grow as far as engaging others to help them lead their schools. In education today, a leader cannot go about being the instructional leader, the operational leader, all aspects of the school on their own. So through this partnership, we've worked on collaboration, using teacher leaders to assist in some of those instructional aspects.
Started off thinking of myself as a teacher, but the GLSSI experience kind of made me learn to work more with other teachers in the actual school.
Conversations are different now, and the idea of professional learning communities now has become the norm rather than the exception. We see that spreading throughout our school.
We have seen growth in all of our measures, be it the standardized assessments with EOCTs, be it our continued growth from the first year of CCRPI to second, or to even our own measures within our district with our climate surveys, and seeing the level of highly satisfied results from our teachers. So we're very proud of the results that we're getting.
Finding the points where I could begin to perhaps show a mirror of some things, whether it was the data, looking at the data, helping administrators to understand what those numbers meant, to drill down, to make them realize that the end of those numbers are real kids, and then to begin to have them share that information with the staff that they work with.
They're reaching that what we call level 3 of collaboration, where they are looking at the data. They're looking at how their kids are responding to assessments, whether that's state assessments or classroom formative assessments that they're doing. They're not just sitting and talking about what they think will be best and how the students will best learn the material, but they're basing their decisions on the data that they're looking at.
As an administrator, we have to model the expectation of our teachers, and we have to be there and be a professional learning community ourselves.
We have really changed from how we have operationally worked, helping principals make decisions within operations or policy, to really growing leaders and sharing with our principals leadership skills, how you're changing as a leader in the school building, how you're impacting change as a leader.
I felt like I had gotten into a routine of I knew how it needed to be done. I knew some things that worked and some things that didn't work for me, and I expected those things to work for everybody else. And then I learned very quickly that's not always true. And working with this program allowed me the opportunity to sit back and self-reflect and see how I could better serve the people around me, and that I could be a better role model and leader and help them and take baby steps instead of trying to get to the finish line first, that we really had to step back and take one small step at a time.
People really started to come together, under her, because they knew how serious that she was about building, that culture and wanting to help. And it's really been kind of crazy in a sense, because our testing numbers have really shot up. So we've seen immediate proof that what we've been doing does work.
I think the protocols that I shared with them are very important. The resources that gave them real hands-on kinds of activities for them to do within the teams. I think all of those things work together to make a real difference.
A lot of her pushing and prodding came in pushing us to the direction we knew we needed to go in. We were just unsure. And then her saying, yes, that's the right thing, you're doing the right work, and encouraging us to reach a little bit farther and to push a little bit harder, really allowed us to do more than we thought we could do in a very short amount of time. Because in 2 years we've seen academic growth in all areas, increased graduation rate, and then what we consider one of our biggest successes is just a really strong school culture.
But the changes are what are the pride point that we see in the way that our leaders, from formal leaders of administrators to informal leaders with teachers, even down to student leaders, are conducting themselves within the schools.
As a leader, I think I learned how to share my knowledge with my colleagues more so than I did before.
It's everybody reaching out to help. So it really has built almost this familial culture in our school.
And I just feel like there's a new openness in our school and in our communities.
We've kind of taken on a slogan, we can get mad or we can get busy. And I told our guys we want to get busy doing the work that's going to lead to student achievement.